Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to see you all. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nabillah Rodhifatul J and I RP 48. And of course, I was accompanied by...
And I am Pinang Azzah L and RP 42. Before we starting the presentation, I ask for a little attention. Now, let's look at the slide. We will discuss about comparison of the effectiveness of Pabrikan activated carbon, coconut shell activated carbon, and mahogany activated carbon on decreasing the OD, TSS, and turbidity. Now, let's continue to find out what is going there.
Before going to my material, do you know about BOD, TSS, and turbidity? So I will explain in general what is BOD, TSS, and turbidity. For the first, BOD or biochemical oxygen demand is used to determine the amount of dissolved oxygen used by microbial oxidation of organic content.
Total suspended solid or TSS is describe the amount of matter of particles suspended in the water. And turbidity is a measure of the degree of water transparency due to the presence of suspended particles. So, do you understand the meaning of the term? If it is, we will go to the core that we will discuss.
A research must have a reason why the research was carried out. So, the background of the problem is pharmaceutical industry wastewater doesn't meet quality standard. Characteristics that do not meet quality standard are BOD, TSS, and turbidity.
And the second one is the limitation of the use of the material can be used as activated carbon in the absorption process. There are many materials can be used as activated carbon. Not only new materials but can also use wood waste or coconut shells.
If we look from the background, we get a question. For the first, is coconut shell and mahogany can be used as activated carbon? 2. How the result of the comparison of each activated carbon?
It can be seen on the slide. There are 4 steps in this research. The first step is to make activated carbon. At this step, researchers make activated carbon from coconut shells and mahogany wood inside. It dried it and carbonation at a temperature of 800 until 1000 Celsius for 4 hours. And the second step is test specification and morphology of each activated carbon with SEM. After test, each of activated carbon used for adsorb wastewater. And the last step is analyze the removal efficiency of BOD, TSS, and turbidity.
After carrying out the action, there are results obtained. The first is result of the activated carbon specification test. Testing of activated carbon specification aims to determine the water content as content of the part that is lost at a temperature of 9500 Celsius, low carbon content and carbon absorption to iodide. The methods and standards used in testing activated carbon refer to SNE 0637301995 regarding quality requirements and testing of activated carbon. For the result, please read on the slide.
The second is the morphological analysis of activated carbon using SEM. And picture 1 is the result of the manufactured activated carbon with magnification 1000 times, and the pore size is on 40 micrometers.
Picture 2 shows the result of the coconut shell SEM test before activation for picture A and after activation for picture B. The magnification used in the coconut shell SEM test before and after activation is 1000 times. The average pore size of coconut shell before activation was 28 micrometer and after activation the average was 63 3 micrometer. It can be seen that the pores in the coconut shell before activation still look tight and closed, while after activation the pores look more open and have a larger size than before activation.
Picture 3 shows the result of the Mahogany SEM test before and after activation. The pore size before activation is 17 micrometers and after activation 22 micrometers. It can be seen the pores in the coconut shell before activation is still look tight and closed, while after activation the pores look more open and have a large size than before activation.
What is the goal of morphological analysis test? The goal is to see the pore size of each activated carbon because the pore size affects the adsorption process.
Third is the result of the analysis of the removal efficiency of BOD, TSS, and turbidity. It can be seen in the graph of the efficiency BOD removal. For the lowest efficiency is mahogany activated carbon with 200 grams, and the highest is coconut shell activated carbon with 300 grams.
The TSS and turbidity efficiency curves are the same. The result of the analysis can be seen that the removal efficiency of BOD, TSS, and turbidity of coconut shell activated carbon with a mass of 300 grams for 7.5 minutes is the highest removal efficiency of BOD, TSS, and turbidity compared to other types of activated carbon. The removal efficiency of BOD, TSS, and turbidity of coconut shell activated carbon with mass of 300 grams for 7.5 minutes were 64.6%, 77.8%, and 78.46% respectively. This is because the water content and ash content of coconut shell activated carbon are lower than the moisture content and ash content of Pabrikan activated carbon and Mahogany activated carbon.
The high water content in activated carbon will reduce the absorption of activated carbon for gas and liquid. The high gas content caused by oxidation process. Maximum ash is 2.5%. Because gas or liquid absorption can take place as well. And then this is because the mineral content in the ash can spread into the pores and cover the activation carbon pores.
Iodine absorption of coconut shell activated carbon is also higher than other activated carbon. Iodine absorption is usually used as the main indicator in determining the quality of activated carbon because it can be seen the ability of activated carbon to absorb dyes. The pore size of coconut shell activated carbon is also larger than other types of activated carbon. The pore size of activated carbon also affects the absorption of activated carbon. The larger the pore size of activated carbon, the greater the surface area of activated carbon, so that the contact power of activated carbon also increases.
So, it can be concluded that the highest efficiency of BOD, TSS, and turbidity removal by using 300 grams coconut shells activated carbon for 7.5 minutes. And removal efficiency of BOD, TSS, and turbidity of coconut shells activated carbon with a mass of 300 grams for 7.5 minutes reaches 64.6% and 77.8% and the last 78.46%.
For advantage, tools and material are easily obtained, materials so affordable, research is easy to apply, and most importantly, use units wood-based. While the drawback is that it requires strong accuracy and a long process.
So, how the topic we have discussed is interesting, isn't it? Okay, before we end this discussion for today, please take a note to applause for ourselves because we have done our best.
To end my presentation, I would like to quote a saying from me that says, appreciate something even though it's a small and trivial thing. Sometimes we don't know something small can provide extraordinary benefits. I would like to thank you for your time and attention. I hope what I have shared will be beneficial for all of us. That is all from me. Thank you so much for watching.